this is Chantal. I am at Cata Cacao, right at Playa del Coco. It's very easy to get here if you're coming on the main street and you pass La Chorrera, keep going. Right before you end up at the beach, you are at Cata Cacao on the second floor on top. We're on top of Johan.
We're exactly over Johan.
Right. And I have with me proudly Sheila, or however she says, or however you want to call me. My sister's name is Sheila, but everybody calls her Sheila, so I understand.
Yes.
How are you, Sheila?
I'm very well,
Sheila.
thank you. Nice
Awesome.
to have you here.
Yes,
Glad
us
you
too.
came today.
Actually, today is going to be a show that probably will. She said, probably will use up all your time because we do so many things. You're so much like me.
Yes.
But that's in these times. Actually, I think that in these times of COVID, as I call it, that's what we get. We get all this time to do new things, to help other people, to do things that make us feel good, because the COVID itself already is making us feel down and depressed and so many other things. So it is our job to improve the quality of our life. And that is what Pura Vida TV does, especially for those of you who don't speak Spanish, or you're practicing, or you speak más o menos. So
I
tell
really
us
appreciate the efforts that you make. I
thank
think
you.
you make such a happy, sparky note in the week, and everybody loves your show.
Oh, thank you. So tell us a little bit about everything, all of the things, a little bit, because from just hearing about the different businesses or the different topics, they're all different, and they don't even like mix with each other. But I love that, because then I'm like, I'm not the only one.
Yeah, no, we definitely have all things going on. We're 4 different partners, and each one of us has our separate thing that we're dedicated to as well.
So that's what it is. Because what I remember, I've been here, I think 9-10 years, and I remember Artesanos. I remember the day Artesanos opened. I was actually going to try to get some, because I know I have some footage somewhere, and that was the making of the cigars. Right?
Correct, yes.
And then you had the Panama Hats, I remember. Okay. So
Artesano is about handmade cigars, right? And so the theme for the store is all handmade, everything. And that's been quite a while.
I know.
I think it's been about 12 years.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, well, it's been a while. I can't remember exactly how many years, but it's been a while. And then 4 or 5 years ago, because of our farm, we decided that we would go into cacao as well. So now we have the chocolate, and I've got a few bars here. So we have 55, which has caramelized sugar and milk. The 70%, which is just pure cacao with 30% sugar, organic sugar. The 60% has got a coconut flavor. It's made with actual coconut flakes. Yeah, it's real creamy. I love this one. And then the 85, which is actually an international cacao contest prize winner. It's got a bronze award.
Wow.
So we're real proud of it.
And
because
I like the way it says.
It's very, very dark. Okay, and so this one really shows just how awesome our chocolate is, because that's what it is, pretty much our pure chocolate.
And I hope we'll have a chance to talk about chocolate, because people just think of chocolate like yummy, and chocolate with the when February Valentine's, or you give chocolate as a gift, but the benefits of chocolate.
Yeah, and especially if you eat like this one that's 85%, it's practically a supplement for magnesium. It's a superfood.
A superfood, yes.
Yeah, and it really makes you super happy. It does things in your brain that are similar, they say, to like post sex. So you get that same kind of glow feeling in your chocolate. So what's not to like, right? And so then we also make, this is just one example. This is some mocha bonbon that we have here. This is on the TV very well, but so combining something like chocolate with your
there they are. I think that's mirrored.
Combining coffee with your chocolate.
With the chocolate,
right? So we make all kinds of different combinations of fruit. It's all locally sourced ingredients, so it's got a tropical theme, obviously.
And you mentioned the farm.
So the farm is in Cabo, which is absolutely gorgeous. So we have a large piece of forest there, so we do tours through the forest, and we also have the tour of the process of the cacao. So the cacao grows on the trees, and then it needs to be fermented, and then it needs to be dried, and then we bring it down here to do the roasting and the grinding, and actually make the chocolate like the bars. And after that, then you take this and you make things like bonbons and truffles.
And I once did a cacao tour, and they say even when the indigenous people were here, that the drink that you make out of it was considered the drink of the gods.
Yes,
I mean,
that's
because
correct.
of all the benefits, and that was like only gods could drink cacao or
the
our
priests
chocolate. Right.
aristocrats.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the rest of the people used the seeds of the cacao as money. So we actually have a cacao tree in my house, but it's like really difficult to grow here.
And
So but Bihag was up where there's a lot of rain.
do you actually have a piece of cacao now? Because you would look at it and not everybody, we think of chocolate and we think it grows in little things, and no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's actually a fruit, or is that considered a fruit?
It is a fruit. Okay. It is a fruit. Kind of looks like a football.
Exactly.
And they come in different. That's what those little decorations are. But I'm
okay.
not sure I
At
have
least
a fresh fruit, but I
but
do have some photographs.
right, because I remember the first time I saw one, I'm like, of course I was a child, but I'm like, that's cacao. That's chocolate. They make chocolate out of this. How? No.
Yeah, and the fruit inside is really delicious.
Yes, and it doesn't taste like chocolate.
Mírala, se ve pequeñita, pero carga 7 veces su peso. Y esta parece insignificante, ¿no? Pero sin ellas se frena la cadena que alimenta al mundo. Pequeño no significa que no sea grande. Despertarse temprano para abrir tu negocio en medio de una pandemia no es algo pequeño. O hacer horas extras para que alcances a llegar antes de cerrar. Son accionistas, presidentes, gerentes de compras, contadores y ahora, más que nunca, gerentes de limpieza. No tienen departamento de recursos humanos porque son pequeños. No lo necesitan porque son gigantes. Nunca tuvieron servicio a domicilio, pero para la abuela sí. Se acuerdan de los nombres y equipos de fútbol de todo el barrio, porque claro, tienen memoria de gigante. Mira si lo son. Muchos te conocen desde antes de nacer. Los llaman pequeños comerciantes, aunque todos sabemos que son gigantes. Hoy, sé grande como ellos. Apóyalos. Seguí yendo donde María, a donde Carmen, a donde José. Al negocio más cercano que tengas. Es lo más parecido a quedarse en casa cuando tenés que salir a comprar. Porque separados, todos somos pequeños, pero juntos somos gigantes.
Autocuidado es saber que vamos a pasar esto juntos. Por eso en Automercado buscamos beneficiar a cientos de familias que se han visto afectadas por la emergencia del COVID-19 en las zonas de influencia cercanas a nuestros supermercados en el país. Donaremos al menos 2,000 paquetes solidarios que cubren las necesidades básicas de alimentación e higiene para apoyar a los hogares afectados por el COVID-19 de nuestras comunidades. Es tiempo de ayudar a quien más lo necesita.
And we are back. So we were talking about technology and how great it is when it works. So anyway, the great thing is, please, a lot of people maybe don't know this great place is right here on top of another wonderful place, which is Donde Johan's, or Johan Bistro. It used to be Johan Bistro. So the name of the shop is Solo Bueno. So what should we expect when we walk into Solo Bueno?
So the idea of Solo Bueno is to have a wonderful experience, and by coming in, you can get to and you get to know the area. But everything is handmade. So And of course, the company is also busy in the industry, and they're going to consolidate. And some products, they're all different today. And there are some samples, but they're
Two things. Panama Hats. There's a story about Panama Hats. The people think that they're from Panama, which they're not. Right? What's the story about Panama Hats?
So when they were opening the Panama Canal, who was it?
Eisenhower, I think.
He was there, and his little head was getting burned. So somebody gave him a hat. But it was made in Ecuador.
Exactly.
But from that point forward, because that got so much publicity, all the photographs, everybody calls it a Panama hat. Because it was there at the
So you know, little history, they're made in Ecuador. And I think Ecuador should have their credit for it.
So so we have some from Ecuador. We also have some that are from Colombia.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Good. It's like Gallo Pinto, you know, Gallo Pinto is not.
Now it's everywhere.
It's the original. Well, at least we can say that ours has the black name, so it's ours, but it's got
So the products are the happy hands, which like you're saying, it's called happy hands because it has a there in it that makes you cheerful. Even though, you know, the fact that we have to use it, that's all related to the whole thing, we're all stressed about it. But when you use this, it actually
and the smells of real aromatherapy in itself is because of what essential oils can do to you. So amazing.
Yeah, and it also has aloe vera and vitamin E and coconut oil, so it's not as dry as the regular industrial ones.
You're not just sanitizing, but you're doing a whole bunch of other stuff to your body, to your hands at least. Oh, great.
And then I have this natural deodorant that's based on baking soda.
Really?
And it's also made with...
Because...
Okay.
No, I was going to say because there's so many people that that are allergic to normal. Actually, my brother has that issue, and we've always had to buy, and it's either the aluminum or there's ingredients in it that are and actually harmful, right?
Yeah.
For
this is aluminum free. That was my main motivation to make one, was that it would have no aluminum.
Perfect.
And so if you want to take that to your brother, too.
I will. But baking soda, I have never thought of. I mean, I've never heard of. I will do this. Ray, this is for you.
Yeah, the two main natural options are like a milk of magnesium or baking soda.
I remember they was like, okay, if there's nothing else, let's try it.
Because this one, sometimes baking soda can be irritating for some people.
And it's a basket. Because what is it? Antiperspirantes es una cosa y desodorantes es otra cosa. So you could actually not smell but still be sweating like
this. Crazy. Yeah, this is not going to stop you from sweating.
But it will stop the smell.
But it does not, yes.
Okay.
It protects you from smell and it lasts all day.
Oh, that's good. That's important.
And another product I have right now is this kind of looks like a chapstick.
Oh, right.
It's a balsamo, so it's like a lip balm. But I didn't design it for lips. You can totally use it on your lips.
See, and when I walked in, she said, "This is for you."
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I thought.
Everybody should have one of these. They're just amazing. The first time I tried it out and I put it on my lips, and the next morning I woke up and they were still moisturized. And I was like, what is this magic? And this one has a little bit of aromatherapy too. It's got lavender and mint. So but you can use it anywhere. I actually designed it, as I was saying, I can facial classes. And you're supposed to have skin moisturized. And so that's what it's designed for. And I've used it on my cuticles, on my elbows, on my heel, or where you can put it. Literally, you could eat this. That's how natural it is. So you could really actually put it anywhere.
Anywhere.
Literally anywhere.
Literally.
You could swallow it.
Leave it to your imagination.
Anything you want. Anything you want.
Okay, so we have, we've covered, you mentioned t-shirts also.
Yeah, so
and
the
is
t-shirts.
That people can bring you t-shirts to screen them, or you just have these original one and a...
Yeah, so they're already made. I suppose if someone was passionate about some design, we could probably contact the people who make them for us and see if they could work with it. We don't make the t-shirts ourselves, but they're all related to the Costa Rican experience. So they're cute little sayings and things about where we live.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, the whole idea of Solo Bueno is that everything is handmade.
Yes.
And that it's going to always be from local, or right? Or
at least, as local as we can,
local
obviously.
As Costa Rica, let's say.
Colombia, we got a couple things from Colombia. We used to have a few things from Nicaragua, that sort of thing, but it's still fairly, on a globalized world, that's still pretty local.
That's very local.
So, yeah.
Totally good. Okay, we're going to go back again to some announcements, but when we come back, we'll talk about other amazing things that Sheila also does. She is so amazing. We're both amazing. She's like, you're amazing. No, you're amazing. No, you're amazing.
It's all her.
We're both amazing. Okay, and with the power of the amazing technology, if I can find my mouse, we will go to, there it is. Okay, and we are now here, and we'll go there.
Hello and welcome back to Zoe's Plant-Based Kitchen. Today we're going to be making Indian samosas. Samosas is an Indian dish which is kind of like an empanada, whereas it's a pastry and then inside of it has potatoes and peas and spices. It's so good and I love to make it and it's one of my favorite things to eat. So let's get started. So first thing you want to do is start with a hot pan. I already heated mine up with some olive oil in it, and then you just want to add your onions first. I did about half a cup of onions, diced onions. You just want to add them onto the hot skillet. I'm just going to move them around. And you're just going to want them to cook just for a little bit until you can smell the nice onion smell. Just want to let that. And then we're going to add some potatoes. I mashed my potatoes just a little bit, so there's still some potato chunks for the filling. I'm just going to add this in. Just like that. I did about 3 medium-sized potatoes for this recipe. And I just like to mix it around like this. And just combine them with the onions. Okay, and after you add the potatoes, I'm going to add about 1/3 cup of some peas into the mixture. Gonna mix it around just like that. Okay, and now as it's cooking, for the spices for this dish, I'm using curry powder. And I'm doing about a tablespoon of curry powder. I'm just gonna mix this in right here. And I'm doing 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, but do as much spice as you need. I like mine a little bit spicy, so I'm doing 1/4 of a teaspoon. But if you don't want it that spicy, you don't have to add it, or you can add a little pinch, but I'm just doing 1/4 a teaspoon. And of course, some salt for taste. Oh, mine's not coming out. There we go. And then you're just gonna mix it all together. And once it's fully combined, you don't have to let it cook for that long. I like to let it cook for about a minute or so, very quick. Just make sure it's all mixed together in the pan and that the curry and all the spices get everywhere. Okay, so now that the filling's done, let's get on to making the samosa. Okay, so now that we finished making our filling, it's time to assemble this samosa. So first, I'm going to have some dough. What I'm using today is a spring roll dough. I just like using it because it's easier. I don't have to make any dough, it's already pre-made. And it's just perfect to get the nice crispy outside for this samosa. So we have the samosa dough. And then we're going to take some of the filling. I like getting a huge spoonful, like this. And then I'm just going to fold it into a triangle. So I'm just going to fold one side over, like that. Then I have this flour and water mixture. I just mix a little bit of flour and a little bit of water together. I just made this mixture. It's going to act as my glue. Just going to take the edges like this. Just smear it on these corners. Just like that. Really quick and simple. And then I'm going to take the other corner, fold it over, and make sure it presses onto the other side. Then I'm just going to take the edge and close the samosa. Turn it over. And for the edges, I'm just going to put a little more of the glue at the end, like that. I'm just going to fold one side, make sure to seal it, and the other side. And lastly, I just want to take this corner right here. I'm just going to pinch it just to make sure it is completely closed. So when I fry it, it doesn't fall apart. And there you go. You have your samosa. Okay, so now for the last and final step, we're just going to fry the samosas. So I have a hot pan with some oil in it. I did about 1 inch of oil in the pan so they can fry evenly on each side. I'm just going to take my samosa. I'm going to take this one. I'm gonna drop it in the oil. And then we're just gonna fry them on each side. And then once you're done, just grab it, just like that. Just put it on the plate. Now all you have to do is plate it. Okay, so there you go. Here are your Indian samosas. For the sauce, I did a cilantro sauce, but you can do any sauce you like. I've tried chimichurri or tamarind sauce with these samosas and it tasted amazing. So just choose whatever sauce you think will go with the dish and have fun. I hope you enjoyed watching Zoe's Plant-Based Kitchen, and I hope you make the Indian samosas. Thank you and bye.
How about that? That was Miss Zoe. As you all know, she wants to convince the world that we can live without meat. Doesn't convince me. I'm sorry. I really love my meat, but it's true. I mean, we can always be more healthier.
I'm
if
a
we
sporadic vegan myself, so.
Actually, when I go and visit, because she's there, and that's my sister's daughter, and when they're over there, no me hace falta. Sinceramente no me hace falta para nada, pero un chicharroncito, un bistecito de vez en cuando, yo no le digo no, jamás, jamás. And really, actually, I like more fish. I do. I could eat fish every day, any kind of fish. But yes, I like steak. I even have eaten horse in other countries
France,
because you can
yeah.
in Belgium, yes.
In
And they
Belgium.
have specialty restaurants, and actually, it's quite tasty. I must say, I
Well,
love my horses.
I know. My mother was in France, and she said when you would see at the carniceria, you would see the meat, and that was the most beautiful meat. She's like, "What is this?" And be like horse, and she would go,
Or it has a little picture of the horse, and is that? And they're like, yeah.
Yeah. So,
So anyway.
if you want any recommendations about nutrition, or if you're curious about your food, then I also work as a health coach, and so that's one of the hats that I wear. It's an integrated nutrition health coaching system, and I'd be happy to talk to anybody about any kind of diet. Actually, that sounds strange because normally people are like, "No, you have to eat like this," and
Right.
that's not really correct because everybody's different. You have to explore a little bit and find out
What works for you?
yeah,
Right.
and strangely enough, it's not just about your body. You have to also vibrate on the same frequency as your beliefs and your values, your ethics.
You know,
And
it's so
so-
funny that you say that. Now I have to say keto because that's like the moda. But I started, and it worked for me like 20 years ago. It was the South Beach diet.
Mhm.
So it was
That's a good
just the fact that, oh my God, it's good veggies, because I think it was coming, what we had was the Atkinson and those that were too
That was
much.
too extreme, yeah.
Mhm. And so I've done the South Beach forever. And then when people say, oh, keto, I'm like, that's not new.
It's
And I
not
remember when I even read the book, it says the purpose of this is that your body will enter into
Yeah.
ketosis. But there are days that I really want some carbs, and I will have my carbs, and I think the body needs them. I mean, even though, okay, the ketosis means that your body is losing that fat and blah, 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 but there are periods of time when I said I want pasta and good fat. Well, some French fries sometimes.
Those aren't acceptable in any diet, miss. But yes, it is
But I
tempting.
air fry them.
Good. Oh, good. That's a help. Yeah, that's a help. And sweet potatoes. You're making sweet
Sweet
potatoes.
potatoes, yes.
Air fried sweet
Yes.
potato fries are not.
Yes, that's
so
true.
bad.
And those
So,
are
yes.
okay, right?
There's always a workaround. If you really want something, we'll figure it out.
Right.
How to make
And
it healthy.
you know, on a Sunday, I love to wake up and say, I want a Tico Bakery gallo pinto, because our pinto de Guanacaste es como tostadito, como
Ajá.
más rico. So yes, I think, like you say, your body kind of tells you, and yes, your morals and sometimes I'm starting to eat stuff that I'm like, and I start thinking of the little animal, and I'm like, no, don't think about that. Don't think about
Yeah.
that. But
No, but it's something that's
starting.
bothering you.
It's starting.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
Yes,
And so, yeah, the integrated nutrition actually is about a lot more than just food.
uh-huh.
It's your entire lifestyle. And so that's why we say it's really important to integrate your beliefs and your lifestyle.
Exactly.
Like, it's also very popular to do intermittent fasting these days, but it's not for everybody. You know,
No.
so you can't just tell everybody needs to do intermittent fasting. It doesn't work for some people.
And you have to. There are actually apps on how to do it, and it is important. I'm trying to find out where is our live, because he had mentioned about that, but
It's in the signal.
I think we're live,
Okay.
right? Are we live? Really? If not, it's being taped, and we can just re-air it, so not a problem. Intermittent, it's for certain people. It has to be a certain way, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of variety. There's a lot of, I mean, actually everybody fasts.
If
When
you
you go
really
to sleep,
think
you're
about
fasting. Yeah.
That's
So
it.
it's just a question of how much do you want to extend it? Just eat one meal a day, or eat 2 meals a day, or have your full
Or
3
no.
meals but in a shorter period of time.
Exactly. Know how
Or-
much time
yeah.
to leave before you go to bed and after you wake.
And it's not really a question of calories so much, because you can eat the same number of calories you would have eaten anyway, but you just, like, it's called a window. You have a smaller window in which to eat those calories.
So that the body can process it,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, and there's studies too about, like, if you're eating, if that window is in the morning or if that window is in the afternoon, and what kind of difference that makes in your metabolism. And that depends a lot on your lifestyle. Are you an early morning person? Are you a night owl? What kind
I'm
of
both.
activities do you do? When do you work out? So, like, when do you need your calories because you're actually going to go do something physical? Or are you more of a sedentary person and you're working so you don't move that much? So there are all these factors that have to do with your lifestyle and your environment and all kinds of
and it's
details.
all that to complement. I mean, your exercise,
Mhm.
your spiritual, your food,
your relationship, your job, everything.
oneness,
Yeah, because
and be
that's
happy.
who you are. And
Be
you want
solo bueno,
to solo bueno. And,
right?
yeah. But
And I want to say hello to Miss Steph. Oh yes, we're live. We had our discussion of whether we were or not, and we are. But I want to do a shout out to Stephanie, who says yummy, love those, and I guess she loves the Cata. You know, that's Stephanie Marrero. Hey Steffi, thanks for being there. And I see our number one fan, Mr. Alonso. How are you, Alonso? Saludos desde la presa. Cuéntenos, debería mandarles, ustedes tienen el link de nosotros y si nos están escuchando y quieren entrar, voy a tratar de ver que todo esté listo y podemos probar una vez más, because we can do live, people call in.
Oh, nice.
Yes, we can do that. So,
llámanos.
¿verdad? Porfa. But anyway, they are on their way to San Jose. And let us know why, porque hay presa. No me diga que son, ¿cómo se llaman? Estas otras. The roadblocks.
Oh, boy.
Ojalá sean presas de gente haciendo turismo nacional y perfeccionando, improving our tourism. Ojalá. Pero solo voy a fijarme que ojalá, bueno, no, me voy a ir a un pequeño comercial, el de la cervecería, que es un mensaje muy bonito. Y ya regreso para ver si podemos hacer la llamada si todavía me están escuchando, ¿ok?
Una aclaración a nivel nacional sobre un tema que ha generado mucha conversación. Aquí a mi lado tengo una botella de Imperial, la cerveza de Costa Rica, la cual dicen en redes sociales que tiene un error porque la etiqueta está al revés. Hoy les quiero confirmar algo, no es ningún error. La colocamos así con toda la intención. Imperial refleja lo que vive Costa Rica. Simplemente lo hicimos para hacer alusión a que durante los últimos meses hemos sentido que el mundo se puso de cabeza. Lo positivo es que lo podemos enderezar juntos. Así como somos capaces de darle vuelta a una botella de Imperial para ver el logo de su etiqueta como debe ser, también podemos darle vuelta a lo que estamos viviendo. Por eso hoy más que nunca nos toca reinventarnos y soñar en grande. Somos costarricenses y no es la primera vez que enfrentamos grandes retos juntos. Desde nuestra empresa estamos tomando todas las medidas para ayudar a la reactivación comercial, turística y social de nuestro país en los lugares donde más se necesita nuestro Pura Vida. Ese que es único y que nos impulsa como ticos a jalarnos hacia arriba en los momentos difíciles. Solo me queda invitar a cada uno de los costarricenses que me está viendo a ser parte de la solución y a disfrutar lo bueno que nos espera si trabajamos juntos. Pura Vida.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Yo soy la doctora Láscaris y les vengo a recordar mi libro, Detox, Desintoxicación de tu Cuerpo. ¿Para qué sirve mi libro? Para todas esas personas que tienen problemas de estreñimiento, que tienen problemas de que están estancados con su peso, que tienen insomnio, que tienen problemas a nivel digestivo. Este libro es una llave para que ustedes logren eliminar todas las toxinas y que su cuerpo trabaje mejor, además de fortalecer el sistema inmunológico, más en estos momentos con COVID-19, tantas gripes, tantas enfermedades virales que andan por ahí. Así que ayúdate un poco, aliméntate mejor con Detox, Desintoxicación de tu Cuerpo. Vas a encontrar menús y una guía de cómo hacer el detox correctamente.
Tal vez el lugar perfecto no existe. Puede que solo sea una idea que cruza nuestra mente al contemplar algo que nos conmueve, que se acerca a nosotros en un momento de paz, que surge al conectarnos con nuestra esencia. Tal vez el lugar perfecto no existe, pero si existiera, ¿de qué estaría hecho?
L'endroit parfait est fait d'harmonie. La conviction de faire partie d'un ensemble bien plus grand que nous.
المكان المثالي مصنوع من التنوع. نهوض نسق من الأفكار والأحلام الجميلة والمعقدة.
Der perfekte Ort besteht aus Inspiration, dem Antrieb, unsere Gegenwart zu verstehen, die in der Hoffnung auf eine bessere Zukunft verwurzelt ist.
完美的地方是努力的，始终做到最好，为了自己，也为了我们身边的人。
The perfect place is made of talent. The belief in our collective capability, reflecting the success of every one of us.
Todos sabemos que el lugar perfecto no existe. Tenemos que construirlo. Se crea caminando juntos y animando a cada uno. Se crea en el compromiso inagotable por el bienestar de todos. El lugar perfecto será.
Yeah. Hello, we're back. We were just talking about and you do it as workshops or the
so
wine
it depends,
and
yeah. So we were talking a little bit about different events, kind of like the wine pairing or the cigar tastings and this sort of thing. So, if you have a group and you're interested, you just contact us and we arrange the whole thing.
Because we had one, it was actually in Argentina. And they had people from Cartago, people from San Jose. We had to order it before, and they sent it via, it was either Tempisque or Curuandé, even with suggestion for the maridaje and for if we wanted to do dinner. And, like an hour before, they're like, okay, take it out, start airing it. And then it was amazing. You felt like you were in that bodega in Argentina, and you had people from everywhere. So I'm even getting like goosebumps because it was so much fun. We really enjoyed it. We enjoyed the wine and talking to people from so many places. So again, some things that, oh, she's calling. Yes, there she is. Okay. Ya le contesto. Okay, we're answering. Haha. And now that we've answered, this is a new feature that we have on this. I've answered her, but I don't see her. She should be on this screen now, so I can put it on the air. This is the and we're back. Yes, sorry, we lost people for a minute. So thank you, Pamela, for trying, but apparently we need to work a little more on the interviews. It has worked once or twice, but I think it's the amount of, because I'm connected to my phone, which supposedly should be 4G, but anyway. So let's talk a little bit, because now we got to go. I mean, we've had, a long time of so much great information. I wanted to mention just a little bit about the yoga, because I'm sure whoever heard about it was like, what? Okay, coming like, there we are. And, okay, so guys, Was this not an amazing show? And will you please, when you come out of Coco, van camino para la playa y por favor tienen que hacer justo donde está Johan, come up the stairs to Solo Bueno para que puedan comer chocolate, para que prueben estos excelentes productos, para conocer a Sheila por lo menos, porque tiene como una luz y un aura demasiado lindos, de verdad que sí. I mean, you really, really, and just sitting here, I'm enjoying a little bit of the mountains, and I guess if I was over there and I look that way, I got a beautiful ocean. So, I can, yes, exactly. So, that's all we love about Coco, and that's all of it for today. So let me just go to our goodbye little screen. Y Sheila, de verdad, we'll be bothering you again. It took us a while because I was gonna come for the Cata. Then there was another thing last week, but finally we're here today. So now we'll be here a lot more, many times, especially to come and get some chocolate.
We'll give you a sample too if you'd like to stop by.
Please do. Just say you watched it on the show and you came for your little sample. At least of the mocha.
Yeah.
What do you call them?
Those are truffles. Yeah, we have truffles, we have bonbons, and we have the bars. And we also make customized things like if you're having a wedding or whatever. So reach out and we'll see what we can do for you.
Did you know these Solo Bueno is here with all these really, really great things? Come on down, please. It's Saturday and you can do this. It's a beautiful, 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 beautiful day. It's nice and sunny. Come on down, please. Well, I don't know. Are we open? Check it out on Facebook. Check it out on Facebook.
Normally we're open Monday through Friday from 1 to 5.
Okay.
But if you give us a call, we're happy to come anytime.
And nowadays, you know, you have to check Facebook because of Corona time. So, but we are all of the businesses here, we're really ready to start. Remember when you said, no es el momento? Es el momento now. Yes. So you can come anytime.
Happy to have you.
Okay, ciao guys.